Some people have a quiet superpower. They make toxic people disappear without drama, confrontation, or even a single harsh word. They don't argue, they don't explain, they don't fight back. And yet, manipulative people lose interest and move on. Psychology explains exactly how this works. These aren't loud behaviors. They're subtle, strategic, and incredibly effective. Here are the 5 subtle behaviors psychologists say you should use to make toxic people run from you. 1. Become completely uninteresting, the grey rock method. Research shows there's a psychological technique called the grey rock method that forces toxic people to lose interest. Manipulators thrive on emotional reactions. Drama, anger, tears, defensiveness, that's their fuel. So when you become emotionally flat, boring, and unreactive, you starve them. You reply with short, non-emotional answers. Yeah, I don't know. Your face stays neutral, your tone stays flat. Research shows this works because of extinction in behavioral psychology. When a behavior doesn't produce the desired effect, it stops. The manipulator tries to provoke you, gets nothing back, and eventually gives up. You're not fighting, you're just being dull. And dull people, they're no fun to manipulate. 2. Enforce calm, consistent boundaries without negotiation. Most people set boundaries once, then let toxic people negotiate their way around them. But research shows that consistency is everything. You quietly set a clear limit and keep that boundary every single time without discussion. I won't talk about this topic. I'm not available for this kind of behavior. You say it once, you don't explain, you don't justify, and most importantly, you follow through with action. If they violate the boundary, you leave the room, end the call, or walk away. Toxic people test limits constantly. But when you enforce boundaries with calm, unemotional consistency, there's nothing to negotiate. Research shows this removes their chance for bargaining or guilt-tripping. They realize you're serious, and over time, they stop trying. 3. Reveal nothing. Selective opacity. Manipulators gather ammunition from personal information. Your schedule, your vulnerabilities, your fears. They collect these details and weaponize them later. So you protect yourself by staying opaque. You keep conversations factual and brief. You don't volunteer emotional details. When they ask invasive questions, you give non-committal answers. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. You change the topic or let the question hang unanswered. Research shows this works because manipulators can't manipulate what they don't know. Without access to your inner world, they lose leverage. 4. Stay completely unflappable. Respond with curiosity, not emotion. When toxic people provoke you, they expect immediate emotional reactions. So you flip the script. Instead of reacting, you respond with calm curiosity. They say something inflammatory. You pause and ask, what do you mean by that? They make an accusation. You calmly paraphrase it back. So you're saying I'm the problem here. Research shows this turns the power dynamic upside down. You're forcing them to explain their tactic, which often collapses the manipulation entirely. Your voice stays low. Your breathing stays steady. This measured stance makes them uncomfortable because you're not giving them the emotional chaos they need. 5. Quietly remove access. Structural avoidance. This is the most powerful behavior of all. You simply reorganize your life, so contact with toxic people becomes minimal. You shift your routines. You let calls go to voicemail. You mute or block them on social media. You change meeting times and adjust your schedule. Research shows toxic people rely on access and repeated opportunities. When you quietly remove that access, no scene, no announcement, they lose control. And here's the beautiful part. Most toxic people simply move on. They find someone else who's easier to reach. Here's what ties all of this together. Toxic people disappear when you stop giving them what they need. They need your reactions, your explanations, your emotional availability, your personal information, and your constant access. Take those things away quietly, calmly, consistently, and they have nothing left to work with. These behaviors aren't about being cold or cruel. They're about being strategic and self-protective. You're taking back control without ever raising your voice. Watch what happens when you become boring, consistent, opaque, unflappable, and unavailable. Most toxic people will quietly fade from your life, not because you push them away, but because they chose to leave on their own. Your peace is worth protecting, and sometimes the quietest strategies are the most effective. If you found this helpful, and you enjoy psychology explained in a simple and meaningful way, feel free to subscribe for more videos like this.